Hey everybody, Derek Notman here. I wanted to share another money thought with you. I've been an advisor for quite a few years, and I've sat on both sides of the fence when it comes to a fiduciary advisor versus just a salesperson. And there is a huge difference. Now one can argue, if the advisor or salesperson has a good moral compass and ethics and all that their advice is going to be good. And there are, I'm sure, some out there that are operating that way, and that's awesome. But it's really confusing for the consumer to know the difference. We have so many designations in our industry, from company-specific ones to industry ones based on different associations we belong to. So I fly a lot. I'm a Delta Diamond Medallion member, and one of the things that occurred to me is there's a kind of a cool analogy, right, between a fiduciary and a salesperson. Now, both can, if they're doing the right thing, both can get you to where you want to go through the services and products that they offer. But let's take a little bit deeper look at that. So going to the flying analogy, you have on one end of the spectrum, which could be considered the salesperson, you have someone who's just gotten their private flying license. Right, they're not even instrument rated yet, so they can only fly during the day. And yeah, they can fly around. They've done some training, they've done the book work, they've had the hours in the air, all of that stuff, so they can fly. And they can get a couple people in their small single engine Cessna to wherever they got to go. But their experience and their knowledge is limited, right? So on the other end of the spectrum is you have a captain of a commercial flight. For example, like I just came back from South Africa and I was on an Airbus 380 for part of that trip. And that's the world's largest commercial passenger jet available. So you can only imagine, to be a captain of that plane, you've got a ton more experience, a ton more years, a ton more knowledge involved to be able to do that. Now both planes are going to get you where you have to go. So a fee-only advisor or fiduciary advisor versus a salesperson can both ultimately get you where you want to go. At least I hope they can. But what is the knowledge and experience behind that advice? There is a difference. And the other piece of that is a fiduciary advisor is legally bound to do the best thing for their client. So as a captain of a commercial jet, that captain is legally bound to fly that plane as safe as possible for the benefit of all the passengers on board. The private license, although I suppose that they have to do what's right if they have any passengers, they're really more just required to fly safe and do what's right for them and their plane, because they're usually flying by themselves, from what my experience is with it. But they don't have the same responsibility. Should they fly safe for any passengers that they might have on their small private plane? Sure, they should, but the responsibility is different from that of a captain of a commercial airliner. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that kind of clears it up a little bit. I know it can be confusing. One of the ways to know if you are working with a fiduciary advisor is ask them, are you a fiduciary? And one of the best designations that you can see that exemplifies that is the Certified Financial Planner designation. It's a long road to get. It takes a lot of time in the industry, a lot of coursework, exams, experience, and so forth. So that's a good one to look for. Now, I'm not saying don't work with a salesperson. There are some really good ones out there that can offer some amazing experiences and products and services that will help you get where you want to go. But do your research first. Do you want to get on that little private plane to where you want to go, or do you want to fly on that commercial jet? Only you can answer that question, but I thought you'd appreciate the comparison between the two. So I hope you got something out of this. Tell me, drop it in the comments below. Do you want to fly a little jet, a little private passenger jet, or do you want to fly a big commercial jet? Who do you want to fly with, the captain or the private license? I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Put it in the comments, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.